But lawyer and former MP for Zebila, John Ndebugri, described the resignation of Mr. Amidu as one which was expected. He was one of the very first individuals to predict Mr. Amidu will resign after his appointment. While explaining the rationale behind his prediction, Mr. Ndebugri said the Special Prosecutor's Office was just like any other company in which the CEO reports to a board, a circumstance he believes does not insulate Mr. Amidu against any form of interference. He spoke on PM Express with Evans Mensah Monday night.
The law specifically says that the special prosecutor will prosecute cases subject to the mandate of the Attorney General. It is in the law. Secondly, the architecture I talked about, if you look at the law closely, you realize that it is like establishing a company. The Office of Special Prosecutor was established like a company. And the Special Prosecutor was merely a managing director of the company, with a board and its chairman and membership, which the Special Prosecutor could not, ignore, because it's not about putting one line that the Special Prosecutor in the performance of his function shall be independent. That doesn't solve the problem. You establish a thing like a company with a board, board chairman, board members, and so on, and simply made the Special Prosecutor the chief executive officer of the company. The chief executive officer cannot override the decisions of the board. That was one flaw which I tried to point out and which people didn't listen to. The more serious one is the one I have stated already, that the law also said that he was to prosecute cases on the authority of the Attorney General. So what was the purpose of setting up that office? Since the Attorney General was already available. I have said somewhere else that, look, maybe there is no need for that so-called Office of Special Prosecutor. Maybe a possible solution is to detach the Attorney General's office from the Minister of Justice and strengthen the Attorney General's office and make it really independent. So the Attorney General would deal with matters without any political lenses. And I don't even understand the meaning of Ministry of Justice. There's no need for a Ministry of Justice, because if we have a strong judiciary with a Chief Justice and the judges and so on, they are dealing with justice. What do you need a Ministry of Justice for? So if there is an Attorney General which is strengthened and made really independent, there's no need to go about establishing extra offices like that. But
you heard Mr. Ndebugri there. He also expressed concern about the security of Mr. Amidu given the damning revelations he made in his resignation letter, and calls for all to be equally worried for the former Special Prosecutor.
He says the event of 12 November 2020 have removed the only protection he had in connection with this matter. And therefore, he has no choice but to resign immediately. It means that it is the Rollins who was protecting him in the performance of, in the thing. And we know that the Rollins had good relations with the president and his government and so on. So let us think about that. My concern now is to ensure the security of Martin Amidu, because the revelations he has made are very grave. The president himself has called him and tried to instruct him to use him as a poodle to cover up deeds that are taking place in his table. And I think we should be talking about that. Not these theoretical things about, the law that provided that he is independent. If the law says you are independent, and in actual fact on the ground you are not independent, does Martin have an army? Does he have a police force? Was he not to depend on the instruments of state? So please,